long awaited, a long awaited repair. And this is the repair here. I have finally got my 6L80 transmission rebuilt for my 2014 Texas edition. I don't care at what point or what you do, they have a lot of things that they say that you can do to the transmission, but this is your culprit here. This is the problem here. And here's my stock converter that came in my truck brand new right there. It's just a regular converter. It's not billet or anything like that. That's what gave me the problem, was the torque converter. So it started to do that shutter that it does, and it did the shutter, and it did that for a while, a little bit. I changed the fluid in it, and it lasted probably a couple of years. But eventually, I knew I was gonna have to replace the converter and maybe a rebuild. So what I did was I had the converter replaced, and when I had the converter replaced, it was too late. It was too late. It was too late. So what I did was start sourcing the what I was gonna do, whether I was gonna take it to the dealership, where I was gonna buy a transmission from Exchange Transmission and convert and all that, and come to find out that what I ended up doing was what I did was I just went ahead on and had my original transmission rebuilt. And so I had it rebuilt, had all the clutches, everything that was burnt up. So replaced all the clutches, all the steels, all the applied pistons, redid the valve body, everything in it. So it cost me $1,500 to have that done locally here in Houston. And if you are looking for a great guy here in Houston to do it, hit me in the comments below, and I will give you his information. Also, I went with what they're called is a billet converter. Now, here's the difference between the billet converter and the regular converter. As you see this plate right here, this is the plate with the applied piston. This is the plate where the applied piston goes in the converter. And from second gear on, this converter is always locking up. It does it second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. It locks up every time. Now, I've seen some posts where people have taken, and they have had it tuned and keep it from locking up until like fifth and sixth gear. That's what they were doing. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna leave my truck just the way that it came from the factory, with it applying, like it should, and that's the way I'm gonna do it. So just want to let you all see that at some point, if you have a 2008 to a 2018 or 19, no matter what it is, if it's a pickup, if it's a Tahoe, if it's a Suburban, if it's the Cadillac brand, if it's the GM brand, if you got a 6L80 in it, you doing the service is not going to take away from that converter going out. If you don't have any issues with it, my advice to you would be to pull it and have a billet converter put in it. You can get them converters for about $400. I paid $400 for mine at AutoZone. You can get different places, but make sure it's a billet converter, not another factory converter. And if you got low miles, you're not having any problem, I would suggest you go down and get somebody to do it. Because if not, with the dealer, you're going to be facing a $6,000 bill. In these shops around Houston, you're going to be facing about $4,800 plus tax. So $5,000 to $6,000, unless you're going to drop it yourself. And as you can see, my truck is four-wheel drive, so I had to drop the transfer case as well. Took me about half a day to get it done. I got it done, and like I say, just got the transmission painted, you would know it, painted a Chevy orange, and so I'm just waiting on it to dry, and I'm gonna put it and this billet converter together, stab it in the truck, and that will be the end of my issue there. Uh, from the 10 years I've had the truck, it's been good. But I knew once I got that shutter, that was gonna be it. I thought that maybe I could I tried to put the converter in it, and it would drive. I put a new converter in it, it would drive, but I still had some drums that was messed up because what it was doing, it would throw my service engine light on because the transmission turbine speed was high, which meant that I had some clutches that were slipping. So I'm gonna get this thrown in today, and I'll once I get it all finished up, get it in. I'll show you all that. We'll do a test drive so we can get this thing back on the road. As always, if you don't get out there and do something, it's not gonna get done. Whether you pay somebody or not, doesn't matter. You're going to have to get at it. I know I haven't posted in a while because I've been hella busy with work, but this is one thing that needed to get done. And so I took off a week in order to get it done. I've got it done, and I'm going to get it up in here. So catch me on the next one, which it'll be me having it installed, driving the vehicle. And again, I got a bunch of more stuff going on with the Monte Carlo, a bunch of other stuff going on with the C10. I'll bring all that to you, but I had to get this truck going so I can get the C10 here so I can tear it apart. Stay tuned. I guarantee you, you'll like it. Have a good one, and I'm out of here.